Hey, it's Dan. Welcome back to I Allegedly. I've got a good one for you today. Silver is very messed up right now, and a lot of people cannot handle this, cannot handle the speculation, cannot handle the wild swings. But we're going to cover this, talk about it, show you some things that are fun in the economy, and I've got an announcement today, too. Um, let's get right into it. Like, subscribe. We have not seen wild swings in the price of silver since the Hunt brothers in 1980 tried to corner the silver market. And we finally saw silver go up to $50 an ounce. And even then, people went out and spent a lot of money to buy silver because of FOMO, even back then. And then it crashed down to earth and back down to reality. And I've talked about this. I was in high school and I wrote a term paper on the price of silver, why it was going up, and I really enjoyed it. And I've enjoyed it ever since, and I've been purchasing it since I was a boy. Now, last week, there were two men that were arrested in China, and they had 500 pounds of silver. They had it in their car. They were trying to smuggle it into China to the Shenzhen Shabai region, which was where the largest silver smelter is, because in China they're paying a premium for silver. They need it desperately. They need it for their solar energy projects. They need it for the electric car industry, but they pay an absolute premium. And this is absolutely true. Now, these guys were caught with tins, cookie tins, filled with silver ingots, silver bars. They had Danish cookie tins. They had soy milk cookie tins. They even had egg roll boxes that were marked egg rolls as if they were going to eat them, but they were all loaded with silver. And these two men, were arrested for smuggling, and they've got big, big problems. But you haven't seen anything yet, guys. I am telling you, this, I've talked to so many people over the weekend, and if anybody has been involved with crypto for a minute, they can understand that. Listen, this is how it's going to be. This has all been something that was completely manufactured last Friday, when you had banks like J.P. Morgan, HSBC, Deutsche Bank that went out to cover their short positions. And isn't it funny that uh, there was no news, there was no war, there was nothing in the media that would make it, wow, why is silver just falling to the floor? And, let's face it, as far as speculation, silver is the new gold right now, as far as everybody's concerned, but you haven't seen anything yet. Guys, I'm one of the people that I sat back and enjoyed this, and I watched every second of it. I loved it, and I just thought it was crazy. I mean, I had a lot of people write me and say it's over, it's done, it's finished. It's not. And one thing that I got invited out to was a coin show. And I was like, okay. And my brother was coming to town, and I'm like, do you want to go to this? Let's see if this thing's going to get an audience. And again, it was crazy, the amount of people that were there. And I think you guys are going to absolutely love this. But I was really great to be around educated people that are in the metals market, talking about different things and just having a good time. I mean, the collectible industry right now, people say, "Oh, it's done," and there's people that do, everything from coins, pennies, uh, you know, uh, gold and silver, currency, bills, and stuff like that. I mean, it's fascinating what these people do. But as far as the gold and silver speculation right now, I don't trust J.P. Morgan. I don't trust them to be truthful and honest. And I felt that last week was just complete manipulation. You know, there were a tremendous amount of people who bought gold well over, I mean, excuse me, silver well over $100 an ounce, that took a major hit. Now, did some of them get wiped out? Probably, but we will see. We will see. So it's an exciting time right now. And once again, guys, do your own research, figure all this stuff out yourself, because there's a lot to cover on this, and it's going to be something that's going to be very, very big in the market. I have a great article out of the Wall Street Journal that I'm going to share with you below, and it talks about just these people doing the smuggling and how you haven't seen anything yet. But there's a lot more to cover on this. But let me show you some other stuff, and then we'll come back here and wind it up for you. I am excited to make this announcement. I have been selected to be a new national spokesman for Noble Gold Company. Noble Gold Company is arguably the largest company in the industry. They have been in business over 20 years. They've done $2.5 billion in sales, but they are the most trusted company. They are the largest in sales and service. They are trusted by CPAs, by estate planners. And if you are looking to protect your retirement, secure your portfolio, looking for diversification, this is the company for you. You're going to hear a tremendous amount about this company. Please contact them. Use the link below and contact #1 rated Noble Gold. One thing that's very cool is I got invited to a coin show. They gave me a press pass, and it is the North County Coin Show here in Orange County, California. This thing's got about 70 dealers here. It's just very, very cool. But there's just so many different collectible items that they're selling. You've got gold, silver coins, collectible coins, everything. The coolest thing is I met a guy who does currency, and I got a real education, and he's in Huntington Beach, California, but just a cool thing to collect with all the Confederate money. He was showing me different things. But let's go check this show out. Look at this crowd. And I want to thank everybody who invited me out here. And just enjoy, guys. This is the fever pace of collecting right now. And, check it out today. Look at this place. It is jam-packed. Unbelievable. I met the owner, Kerry, of the show. Very nice man. But sign of the times right now is everybody is interested in gold, silver, and collectibles right now. There's everything here at the show. It's really, really cool. And again, I got an education on Confederate currency. Thought that was nice and collectible and fun. But you got people doing, pennies. Pennies are selling like you wouldn't believe. People are buying pennies because they're being discontinued. Things that were $20 a bag, a few months ago, they're selling for $100 right now for things like this. But again, all these different things that you can purchase. It's great to talk to people from around the country that come out that are knowledgeable about this stuff. But one thing that's always in short supply is they sell all the different bags you can buy. Just very, very cool. Coin holders, everything. They've got it all. It's funny. With the rise of gold and silver, the collectible industry has gone through the flipping roof. And this is just the perfect example of this. But talked to so many people, and it's really nice to see people that support the channel and come out and are really into everything in the news right now. And there's a lot of people that think that what happened late last week was complete shenanigans. So take a look at this. This is Chris, and a very knowledgeable guy out of Las Vegas, and really, really good to hear from him. So check this out. I'm here with Chris from Two Girls Numismatics, and I'm going to show you his website below. But check this out, guys. Listen to the JP Morgan story on what happened last week.
Yeah, first the Walsh thing really upset the market. But I think that was kind of fodder for the J.P. Morgan, HSBC, Deutsche Bank, exercising their shorts at the end of the month. Would have lost them millions and millions of dollars. So I don't know what manipulation it managed to move the market down. And then if they exercise their shorts at $78, they make money on them. And of course, if you watch, the bottom hit about $72. There's a lot of support between 70 and 75, and then it bounced up. And of course, once everything was made clean, at that point in time, it went to 85. So hopefully, what we're going to see at 3 o'clock is the Chinese come in and see a discount. And at that point in time, it should logically push it up. There's still going to be pressure because we know that J.P. Morgan, Deutsche Bank, Scotia, all of them have been short in the market to bring it down for years. They've got fined, but the fines are nothing compared to what they're making. Exactly. So the reality is this: is that they're going to continue to fight the market, and you may see them fight it again at 100, but it depends on how much pressure. I mean, at 75, they tried cooking the market, and it didn't work.
Yeah, that's what we were told, right? At Christmas Eve, that there was this big meeting. The price was going to be 75. It shot up.
Well, because you got so much pressure and supply and demand. The demand is so amazing right now. Just like you and I were talking, that in Singapore, it's typically running $10 to $15 more because now they're buying it and they're shipping it back over to the east. We're losing all our product because the manipulation that's going on. And of course, the other thing is the dollar got strong on Friday because of the Walsh thing, because he's more of a hawk than Powell. So, there was a myriad of things. I don't know which one was more important, but you know what? It's a buying opportunity for everybody, and it's going up still.
Oh, thank you. I really appreciate it.
Thank you, sir. Take care.
Now, the show was fantastic, and I had an amazing weekend. My son came out from the Boston area to spend time with his friends, and he left 13-degree weather. Hello. Okay, too cold, guys. They had this bomb cyclone over the weekend, and he came out to 82-degree Southern California weather. So we've been very, very lucky with that. And a few things to finish this video. First things first is you've got SNAP benefits changed on February 1st. And they anticipate that there's going to be 1.1 million people that will be kicked off of SNAP. Now, before you sit there and say, oh my gosh, there's poor people down, there's elderly, there's sick, there's veterans, they're not kicking those people off. Able-bodied people, people that are of age that could still work. Now, if you have young children and you're older, you're not going to lose your SNAP benefits regardless of what your situation is. But if you are single, they raised the limit from 54 to 64 years of age. If you're single, you should be out working and have a minimum work requirement. You can still get SNAP benefits, but you have to be out there working and doing something for the community and not just collecting a check if you are able-bodied. And they're going to interview these people and they're going to make them qualify. So it's going to be interesting to see how this is going to play out, to say the least. Now, the other thing is that, once again, the veterans, the people with disabled children, the people that are disabled themselves, the people that are infirm and cannot work are going to be able to still get their benefits like they always have. They're also limiting, if you are an able-bodied person, you cannot fleece the system. I did a story 3 or 4 months back about a woman that just was taking advantage of the system and was making $15,000 a month tax-free by claiming that her kids were disabled, she was disabled, she'd never worked a day in her life, and when they shook her down and said you have to, it was too much. So, two final things. Everything has gone up in price over the last few years. Yes, we're seeing fuel prices go down, but it has been an incredibly expensive couple of years. What you're seeing is that this is affecting businesses. Every business owner that I talk to says the same thing. It's impossible to make a profit. You're seeing more and more restaurants go out of business, more and more retailers going out of business. There was a 100-year-old retailer that went out of business again late this week. This is going to continue to happen more and more and more because of how difficult profitability is. Your insurance goes through the roof. Your employee costs go through the roof. Everything is through the roof. And, you can't charge $40 for a plate of pasta. It's just impossible. Final story Dr. Marvin sent me was there was a man named Robert Raven Kraft, and he's a runner. He's been running every day since 1975. He was an Olympian. He bought a condo in 1978 where his maintenance fees for the condo were $400 and he could afford that. But like all good things, he's facing homelessness now because the maintenance fees are going through the roof. I am telling you, I've looked at condos around the country. Oh, maybe I'll buy one here, I'll buy one there, and just have it be a second home or a place to park. I've looked at Las Vegas. I've seen maintenance fees, homeowner association fees, go from a few $100s a month to $1,500 a month. And I've asked, can they be capped? Of course not, they can't be capped because they're victims of having the insurance increases, the electrical increases, the gas increases, everything else that we're faced with, they're dealing with the same things. So you have to look at this. Even Dr. Marvin said, Dan, my HO fees have gone through the roof. Why don't I look at, selling my home and moving to a state like Colorado where I just won't have a house payment and I will be able to live and not pay the shenanigans. And everybody should consider that right now. So let me know what you think about this. Hope you enjoyed the show. I'm very excited to be working with Noble Gold. It's going to be absolutely amazing. They're a fantastic company. I met the management team last week, and I'm thrilled to be supporting them and having them be a sponsor of the channel. So you're going to hear a lot about them. Check your email the next day or so because the winners list is coming out. I'm very excited about that. Okay, onward and upward, guys. You want to email me? It's hello@iallegedly.com. I will see you very soon.